Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be ranking Olivia Rodrigo's entire commercial discography up to this point.
None of the High School Musical shit though.
Yeah, because that sucks. Well, there's probably some good
Yes,
moments, but like you know, as far as
dude.
being
I
her
I had to watch
so
that.
what?
Dude, I don't know what it was. I watched that with my sister one time when
Mhm.
it like first came out. The show, the High School Musical, the series. I was actually invested, or
It,
pretty
it
hardcore.
the
15-year-old me.
first movie is actually pretty good. I just don't like the sequels as much.
I love I love all the movies. To be real with you, I
You know,
love High School
that's some
Musical.
real
It's like
shit.
one of my favorite like Disney originals
I hear
movies
you.
or whatever. And again, like I grew up with like my older sister and my younger sister, so it was always that shit, always the Disney stuff.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Uh, all right. Well, we're gonna be starting with the sour track list, starting at Brutal. What do you think of Brutal, Bennett?
I think it's okay. Um,
Really?
I used to really like it. But I came back to it recently and it didn't hit the same, I guess. It feels very Paramore, which isn't a bad thing, but it also feels like super teenager as fuck. Like
It's a little bit more tedious than a Ballad of a Homeschool Girl.
I,
I'll
I
give
don't,
it that.
the parallel parking line
Yeah,
or
that
like
some of it's like
it
it's really reeks of like teenager, but
it's so high school. It's so high school. It hurts, dude.
yeah,
I don't even know what else to.
a
It's
little
catchy as fuck though.
too High
Like,
School Musical. I personally gave it an A. I really like the song. What would you say tier list wise?
I, B.
B. Okay.
B.
Probably said it B. Well,
Will you go B?
yeah, if I could find it, yeah. Okay. Trader. What do you think of Trader?
I I I like the idea a little more than the execution. I can't think of like too many songs off the top of my head about you know, in a relationship and your partner is, talking to somebody else who they say is not doing anything, then is doing something
Hmm.
eventually once the relationship ends. I can't think of a lot of songs like that.
Okay.
I mean, which is cool. I'm not crazy about
Oh yeah, yeah, I
how
get
it
it.
sounds, I guess.
I
I just think
personally
it's
had a
like
B tier. Maybe not on the same B tier as like a yeah brutal, but I guess you're being a little bit harsher
it's
than I
it,
am.
I did say I would give it a B.
Okay, okay.
Um, Probably,
So yeah,
but like a low B.
I'm kind of basing this around like Olivia's discography in relation to her discography. Nothing else. Like an S tier song in her discography may not compare to like a Kendrick Lamar song per se.
Okay, I get you. I get you.
Um,
But
though Ballad of a Homeschool Girl might go toe to toe with like the Black or the Berry. You feel me?
are we serious about that?
Hell no. What?
I was.
Oh my god.
uh, whatever you say, bud. I
Oh my
mean,
goodness. Okay. Driver's license. I'll be honest. I'll put my opinion first. Um, this is probably where a lot of the hate comes from in Olivia's defense. It's not a bad song by any means, but
okay. Bud.
it's just a little wanky to start your entire like solo discography off on a ballad like that. You know, when it blows up, and it's gonna blow up because you're a Disney star. You know, everybody,
Mm-hmm.
if it's not super catchy, then everybody's gonna hate it. And it's not the catchiest of her songs, I will say. It's a pretty odd song to
Yeah.
blow up like it did.
Okay, I will say this. I think this song is S tier. I love this song. I love
Really?
this song to death.
Okay.
I do. Okay, there's only one thing that I don't love about it, and that's like the hand claps. You know what I'm talking
Oh yeah,
about?
yeah. But it's kind of like a
Yeah,
deja vu
that get
factor where it kind of like evolves out over the course of the song.
yeah. Here's the thing. For me, it comes with a lot of like the words that she says.
Hmm.
It's like real as fuck
I
because
will say the
the
writing is
words,
pretty good.
because if you've ever been at the end of a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Those
Hmm.
words, they just feel so perfect for something like that, at least for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Not so much like the driving part, which is pretty specific to her, but I feel like she was able to weave it together, you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So I actually gave it a C out of the five tiers we
Oh,
got, the S, A, B, C, and D. I gave it a C.
also the bridge is awesome.
Oh, the bridge is the best part, and the
Yeah,
outro.
and the
Uh,
outro, indeed.
so since you gave it an
Like
S, I'm probably gonna raise it quite a bit. You want to go B or
I
A?
will say, well, let's go A.
Okay.
Have anything else in A?
No, we don't. Not yet.
All right. One step forward, three steps back.
This is where the album really picks up for me, in my opinion. This point
Does it?
on, I think the next couple tracks are really good. This, Deja Vu, Good For You, Enough For You, all those songs are great. But we'll just
I
stick
do think
to
they're
One Step
pretty
now.
good.
What do you think of One Step?
I think it's okay. It's not one of the standout moments for me. I'm not gonna skip it
Mhm.
if I'm listening to the album, but I don't. I feel like if I'm looking for just the best Olivia Rodrigo tracks, I'm not really going towards that one.
I got you. So would you say
I
B
think
or
it's
C?
cool. I put it in C, to
Okay.
be fair.
Since I had it in A, I'll probably put it in B. Just balance it out. Uh,
All right.
Now, Deja Vu. I think we can both agree this is one of the best songs on the album, if not the best.
This is one of the best songs on her discography.
Oh yeah,
This is it's an
personally S
S.
tier for me. Yeah, so good.
It's such a good song. I was
The
talking
beat
about this
change up,
earlier.
the drums, dude, they're just so like
Production is incredible. The production is
incredible.
fantastic.
And the hook.
If
I
I
don't think there's a hook
The
in
hook is
this album that's really bad. I mean, the driver's license hook's great. The Deja Vu hook's great. The one step, uh,
okay.
brutal. The hook's pretty
And
good.
also
Go ahead.
the outro the bridge on Deja Vu
Oh
too.
yeah,
It's all great.
it's all
I will
great.
say though the bridge does kind of sound like Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift.
I do get a lot
Like
of Taylor Swift comparisons to this album, not the other one, but this album specifically.
not the other one, but like this track just it sounds like Cruel Summer. Is that what the song's called?
All right, so Good For You. What do you think of that song?
It's a banger, bro. It's such a
It's
banger.
such a banger. I have it S tier personally. I think it's
I
definitely one
I
of the
also
best
have
songs
it.
on this album.
I also have it S tier.
Okay, simple enough. I
Yeah.
think the Paramore esque of it is probably the driving factor of it. I mean, a lot of people don't like
It's
it for
that.
that reason, but Jesus Christ.
I mean, I think it's pretty good. I do think that the Paramore stuff it might be why I like it so much,
Hmm.
but it's still a good song.
Um, so we've got Enough For You. What do you think of that song?
It's a really good song. I just don't really have a lot to say about it. You
Yeah,
know, I mean,
that's
I don't
fair.
know.
I gave
Like
it
I
a
enjoy
B
listening to
tier
it.
personally.
I also gave it a B tier.
I think the
Um,
production is phenomenal, but you know, writing is the hook is really good. The writing is pretty, it falls pretty melodramatic, just like everything else on this album.
yeah, that's probably my biggest complaint with the album, to be honest with you.
The album is a
Uh,
little monotonous as far as writing goes, but I think the way that it all comes together in such a concise manner makes me not hate it more than I do. Because it's kind of hard to hate on a short album, you know what I mean?
yeah, unless the album's just really bad.
Unless the
Like
album's
you
really
could
bad, like the Lil Wayne album that
you
just
could
came out.
oh the fix.
Yeah, Jesus
I
Christ, what did
didn't
he
I
do?
I didn't listen to it actually.
That's for the better.
Yeah, I haven't enjoyed like any little Lane project other than like the Carter albums. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm
Maybe I
not.
just haven't heard the right ones,
I'm not
but
even a big fan of the Carter albums, to be honest. Like the Carter Two,
me neither.
Carter One.
Like I respect them for like the amount of like significance they have in his discography, how much people love them, but it's just not for me, to be honest.
I get it. I feel like people that call the Carter Three a classic probably only know the hits off of it.
Yeah,
Like,
which yeah.
who in the world has heard the song? There's actually a really good jazz rap song on there, but probably most people don't know about it because it's like Lil Wayne. Nobody expects jazz rap Lil Wayne. I gotta show
I
that
mean,
to you.
I'm pretty I'm pretty on the fence when it comes to Lil Wayne's discography.
Yeah, it's hit or miss. All right, well, back to Olivia. We got a little sidetrack there.
That's whatever.
Well, what do you think about Happier?
I feel the same way I do about Enough for You.
I will say the writing on this one is a little bit more. It's kind of like Making the Bed when I first heard it.
Hmm.
So I would say C tier. What do you think?
I have it as also C tier.
Okay, we can agree on that. Now,
Yeah.
Jealousy.
I
Back to
love
the
this song.
jump back up in quality. This song is a banger. I
It
would
is a
say A
banger.
tier personally.
I actually would say A tier too.
Okay.
It's it's great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Probably some
I
of
don't
my
really know
favorite
what to
writing
say
on
about
this
it.
album. Like the production is
Yeah.
pretty straightforward, but the
Also relatable as fuck. Like I'm not a girl, but like, you know,
oh yeah, I get that.
yeah.
A lot of the emotional resonance is there. It's not
Yeah.
about the roles that you serve in the situations, but it's kind of the involvement.
Yeah.
Uh,
I get it.
what do you think about favorite crime?
The song is boring.
Oh, I forgot to put enough for you. What'd you say for enough for you?
Oh,
A tier, B tier,
C, B.
B. Okay, B tier's fine. All right. Favorite crime? What'd you think about it?
Boring as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't vibe with it as much as it might actually be my least favorite song in Olivia's discog.
Oh yeah,
But
most certainly. Uh, we're gonna see a huge jump in quality from album to album. Like, there's not gonna be a single C tier or D tier on this next album. I have a feeling.
no, it's
Maybe one.
I
I'll
don't.
see.
Uh, maybe one,
Maybe
but
one. I doubt it though.
yeah, no, I would put it D tier actually.
Yeah, I put it D tier. Hope you're okay. Actually, I really like this one. I think the
I like
production's
it too.
pretty. The production carries this song quite a bit.
Not only that, but it also like it ties a really nice like ribbon on the entire album and
Hmm.
sort of makes everything you listen to not make sense because it wasn't really like hard to understand, but it just fits it all together and
It
makes it
fits it in the same sense as like a book ending, the same way that an intro does.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty great.
Yeah. So
Um, I'd give it a B tier.
yeah, B tier's fine.
But like yeah,
Uh, all right. Well, that's it for Sour. Now we're moving on to Guts, her latest album. What do you think about All American Bitch?
uh, I get, but at the same time, I feel like she could have gone harder. You know,
Honestly, I love this song. I love
Yeah.
it so much.
I
When
love.
I first heard it, I was like, "Oh wow, what kind of direction is she going in this album?"
I
I
think. I
will
think.
say, after hearing "Ballad of a Homeschool Girl" and "Love Is Embarrassing" and "Get Him Back" and a couple other tracks on here, it probably degraded slightly in quality.
It's just it doesn't hold up. I don't think compared to
Hold
those
up,
other
how?
tracks, but
Oh, against those tracks?
like yeah, against those other tracks,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Uh,
it just doesn't stand as tall.
I still feel like it's A tier. What would you say?
I would go like B tier.
Okay, so A or B tier. I could see that. Now, Bad Idea, right? I think we can both
This
agree
is
that
S
this is
tier.
A tier. S tier?
This
Okay.
is S. This is S tier.
Now, the
I
Paramore
this
is so apparent on this,
the
but
pa-
Jesus Christ,
the
it's
the
good.
Paramore. The Paramore is pretty evident, but I think it's just so goddamn catchy, and it's such a fun track to sing along to, which
It,
is like the
it
dumbest criticism, but
it's actually got a really oddly paced like hook to it for it to be so popular. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's not as write down the lyrics. It sounds way more off the top,
mm.
and that's something that you don't see very often in
Like
Olivia's
very
discography.
like very spontaneous. Is that
Yes,
what you
yes,
mean?
that's exactly what I mean,
Yeah,
and that just makes it all the much better. So you said
yeah.
S tier.
I do say S tier.
I can get down with that. Yeah. Now,
Nice.
Vampire. This is
I think this
probably
is
my favorite single off the album.
this is yeah. This is S tier. I think.
Yeah, this
Um,
song it really sparked my interest in a new light for the new record. Uh,
Me too.
What was the other
It
single?
was it
There was
Bad
Bad
Idea,
Idea,
Bad Idea.
right? Vampire. There was one more single, right?
Uh, Get Him Back. I think they she made that a single, didn't she? She made a music video for it,
Oh
right?
God, what the fuck was the other single?
I'm not sure, dude.
Oh my God! Of course she deleted the singles as soon as the album drops. What the hell? Okay. Anyway, either way, single or not, I think it was a great song all around.
I think it's a great song. I love. Again, it feels like a driver's license situation where it just feels like real as fuck.
Oh yeah,
But
it's necessary. I think it's
I
a
go
step
S.
up. I mean, when I heard Vampire for the first time, I was really thinking like, she's really stepping past this, being compared to Taylor Swift all the damn time. These allegations, and she's really becoming her own artist.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's really cool to see that. And this album just expounded upon that so much more.
I agree with that. Yeah. It feels because you could feel like Olivia pulling on her influences on like the last album, but it feels like a lot less apparent here.
Oh yeah,
She feels like she's developing her sound.
and not it's not as derivative of High School Musical generally. I think it's a lot more, you know, maybe pop
Yeah.
radio friendly, which sounds like a
Yeah.
detriment, but I don't know. It's also pretty like uh, it plays around the ideas of like pop rock and noise rock and a couple other things on Ballad of a Homeschool Girl and Love is Embarrassing and stuff like that. Uh,
Bro could not stop mentioning Ballad of a Homeschool Girl, bro. Do you love that track or what?
I do, dude. It's so good. And Pretty Isn't Pretty.
I
It sounds like a post punk track.
for real. But yeah,
So
Ballad of a Homeschool Girl. Can we skip to that one? That one's ass, bro.
it's so
That one's
easily.
ass.
It's top two in her discography for me.
I believe it, dude. It's so good.
Oh my god. Okay. Now Lacey. What do
Dude,
we think of Lacey?
every guy she likes is gay.
Every guy she likes is gay.
Yeah. Lacey, it's a sweet little song. I like it. A tier.
A tier. Yeah, I see it. Uh, Ballad of Homeschool Girl. Where do we rate this?
S.
S tier. So easily. Oh my god, I love this song. Making the Bed. I will say this song
This
has
is
actually grown on me quite a bit.
really. I still don't care for it a crazy bit, but it's still I think an okay song.
Okay.
Give it like a C tier.
C tier. Uh, yeah. C tier is all right. This is probably the only
Yeah.
song that's going to end up here.
Yeah.
Now, Logical. This was a B tier
Uh,
originally for me.
I I think this is still a B tier for me.
Okay.
Um,
I think the best
it
part about this is probably the writing, because the beat is pretty laid back piano ballad. It's cute, but it's straightforward for Olivia.
I feel you. I feel you.
Uh,
Um,
Now Get Him Back. What do you think about this one?
this is probably the one that's grown off me the most.
Really?
I'm gonna lie. Yeah.
Grown off you
Again,
below like Making the Bed, or just generally?
not below making the bed. I still, like the song quite a bit, but
Okay.
it feels very high school.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I don't know if again that's not really like a valid criticism, but
Especially
I
with
just think
Olivia Rodrigo. I mean,
yeah, I kind
yeah,
of go
I
into
do
that kind of
agree.
expecting
It kind
some of
of
that,
lays on the
but
idea of the kind of corniness and immaturity that a lot of high school drama delves in. But I mean, it's a cool song. I still like the production on it. I still like the hook a lot.
I do think the hook is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I would say
I'd go like B.
B tier is fine. Yeah. All right, now we're getting into the really good songs here. Love is Embarrassing. This is an S tier for me.
S
Jesus,
tier,
I love
S
this
tier.
song so much. Uh, yeah, Love is Embarrassing. This song, when I first heard it, it reminded me of a Genesis Owusu song. I don't know why. The drums on it,
Mm.
it's really weird, but uh, overall, it's one of my favorite. Probably the one of the best that's going to age very well.
Mm.
Age well
I
past
I
even
agree.
like when Olivia
Also,
become. Okay, go ahead.
I think the vocal performance on this one is great. It's so fun to sing along to.
Mhm.
Like it, it's just such a. I really love the performance, bro. It works.
When it
But
comes down to like Olivia in 5 or 10 years, whenever she's her own independent artist, so far away from the
mm,
Paramore and Taylor Swift conversation,
allegations.
Love is Embarrassing is probably going to be one of those songs that stay out of
Yeah,
those
it's
comparisons.
like one of her classic songs. I feel like
One of
it's. I
her
feel,
uniquest, at least. That,
yeah,
Deja Vu, and probably Vampire, to be honest. I mean,
yeah,
as far as modern day pop artists go, you get a lot less songs that are like Vampire and Driver's License.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think Vampire is just like a better version of like all the ballads and stuff she was doing on Sour. To be fair,
Yeah, I
I feel
mean,
like she's built upon it and made it better.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think of Pretty Is It Pretty?
It's I think it's an A tier. It's a pretty song.
The instrumentation is super post punky, super new wavy. Uh, it sounds almost like a Kate Bush song in a sense.
I was gonna say yeah, it does kind of sound like a Kate Bush song.
And I
I
really
love
like
it for
how
that.
she rides the. What do you think about The Grudge?
It's good.
This was my friend Amaya. This was her favorite song, and I didn't get favorite, but also she listens to a whole lot of artists like God, what's her name? She made the fucking not Third Eye Blind. Bolt Cutters. Fetch the Bolt Cutters. Fiona Apple. Yeah.
Oh, Fiona Apple.
Yes. And
Fiona Apple's goaded.
oh yeah, which really makes sense because it kind of falls in line with that. A lot of the piano ballads, when I really think about it, it's just a more modernized version of like some of the less glitzy and poppy songs on like a Björk or a Fiona Apple album.
I don't know if I see that.
You
I
don't see
mean,
that?
maybe.
I'm talking less like not an army for army of me or anything like that, but like imagine Volnakira, somewhere where the instrumentals are a little stripped back and she can be a
Uh,
lot more
I guess I can kind of see it.
vulnerable over the instrumental. I guess it's a bit of a stretch to say that she's influenced by them, but uh,
What's your favorite Bjork? What's your favorite Bjork?
oh, my favorite Björk, Vespertine, so easily. No, not
I
easily.
think
Post is very close.
give me like I'll take Vespertine. I love Vespertine.
Vespertine is
Wait,
so
no, not
good.
yeah. Wait, no, yeah. Vespertine would be number two, but number one would be Volnicura. I get those two mixed up.
Volnakira is a
But
crazy. You had to be like a really big Bjork fan for Volnakira to be a number one, but I respect it.
I'm not like a crazy Bjork fan. I'm not. I mean, obviously, I love her work, but I'm not like a huge fan.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, no, Volnicura is it's different, man.
I get it.
Just
Uh,
good in it.
okay, so what do you rate The Grudge? A, B?
Uh, Put it in B.
Okay, I see it. And Teenage Dream, I think this
It
song
doesn't.
is probably a B tier, but the
I would.
outro is probably an S tier.
I would put it in C.
Put in C, really?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. It builds and it finally gets going to where it needs to go. But
Okay, I can see
I'm
that.
not crazy. I'm not crazy about it. The first half.
Just for the fact that I would probably put the very last half in like an S tier. I'm probably gonna put this in B tier.
All
Uh,
right.
but yeah, that sums up the list. Overall, do we think Guts is better than Sour? Very clearly, very
Absolutely.
obviously.
Absolutely. I absolutely think Guts is better than Sour.
I think
Again, it
it's
just
it's
builds.
not even a subtle improvement. Like she becomes her own
It
artist on this
builds.
album.
Yeah, it builds everything that Sour, like it builds on top of what Sour did, and then whatever sounded like Sour, anything like Sour is just a better version of what was on Sour, I
Oh
think.
yeah, the piano ballads are tighter. They're more well written. I think the instrumentation and the skits there's not a whole lot of skits, but the one on the beginning of God, what's the song? Is it Get Him Back?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Where
I,
it's
I don't
one,
really feel like.
two. Wait, is this the song with the
I,
drums?
oh yeah, I don't really. Oh yeah, let's get it back. I
Yeah,
don't really call them. I don't really feel like they're skits. They just feel like random like vocal snippets.
yeah, that works. But either way, I think that's pretty cool. Uh, Adds a little
Mm,
bit more dynamics to the album.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, overall, I think she missed a whole lot less on Guts. I think she's
I don't think
becoming
she
a more
missed.
consistent artist.
Where would you put the High School Musical song? Just humor me for a second.
Oh,
The All I Want song?
I don't know, man. To be honest with
That
you,
that
it probably falls in line with the same issues that I have with like um brutal that you have with brutal,
yeah,
but
it
it's
does. I
not a
mean,
bad song. I'd say probably C tier.
I would
It,
put it like. Here's the thing. I would put it in C, but I feel like putting it in D, but I don't like hate it enough to put it in D. I don't know.
it's not a bad song by any means. I think uh, for an artist that had not yet begun her dive into solo music, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a pretty
Yeah,
decent
I
take.
suppose.
But yeah,
Yeah.
this was fun. Any last words you want to say, Bennett, before I take your life?
Um.
That got dark.
It did. Well, you didn't have to do that.
My fault.
Wait, baby, don't do that. No, like no, don't. Oh, don't play like that. Usher.
All right, I will say that I have both of these albums on vinyl. Absolutely wondrous albums. Uh,
I don't. Unfortunately,
you have Sour on vinyl, right?
no.
No?
That was my sister.
Yeah, gotcha. Personally, I would give Sour a 7. I'd give this an 8.
I'd
Guts an
give
8.
Sour a 6 and Guts an 8.
I could see that, yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
the difference, though, now that I think about it, maybe Sour is not a 7.
Why?
Because the improvements, they are quite, like, substantial. Maybe it's just
Hmm.
not, like, there's not a whole lot of misses on either album. Maybe that's why it's a 7.
I mean, I guess.
I can rock with
I
that.
don't know. A lot of it feels like a lot of the piano ballads just feel too samey for me, and then there's the boring moments.
I
Like
guess it's just the highs are higher. It's as simple as that.
eyes on Sour are higher than the ones on Guts.
No, the guts
Oh,
highlights are higher, and the highlights are more consistently there.
yeah,
Like on Sour, you have like 5, 6 songs that are just from good to okay, while in
yeah.
on Guts we have 4 songs.
Great, great.
We have 7 songs in the S and A versus the 4 on Sour.
Real shit.
4 songs on Guts that are in S and 2 on Sour.
Hmm.
So I think that about sums up what we need to say.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
supremacy, baby. That's
Well,
that.
I guess I'm going to go edit this video now, and I'll see y'all later.